Well, the 5 aggrieved governors of the People's Democratic Party have expressed their readiness for reconciliation with the party's leadership, but only if their conditions for a truce are met. Well, the governors, led by Nyesom Wike, say their demands, including the resignation of the party's national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, and the choice of a new leader from the south, must be met. They say they will not participate in the presidential campaign unless their demands are met.
Okay, joining us now is the presidential media consultant to the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki. Very warm welcome to Newsnight. Maybe we'll just have to start from the bottom to the top. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy to be with this. The first time both of us are on air at the same time.
It's all right, even though we've come a long way. Yeah. Now, to the business of the day is, the or irreconcilable differences between the G-5 governors of the PDP and the party. And a lot of political watchers, even party members, are saying that this is very inimical to the prospect of the PDP in the 2023 elections.
I don't want to join the bandwagon to say it's irreconcilable. Why I say that is because the matters are so transparently elementary, and I keep wondering why the continued intransigence, particularly of my great man and elder brother, Barrister Nyesom Wike. Why I say that is this: at times when you begin to trumpet something too much, it becomes repeat motif. It's like skipping the record on a bad disc. And looking at it as a lawyer, I'm happy I'm a lawyer. It's difficult to throw away the entire party's constitution just to meet the cubicle vagaries of one single man or a couple of persons.
What exactly does the party constitution
say? The party constitution...
Does it say that the presidential candidate, the chairman of the party, can come from the same
zone?
Okay, let me say this now. In law, you either follow the letter or the spirit of the law, or you follow the precedents of the law. Actually, in precedence, every PDP candidate had always had the chairman coming from the same zone, because the PDP recognizes that the candidacy is a temporal hold. It is not a position. It is not
from 1998 or 99 when the party was formed.
No, you see, when you say 99,
98.
Let me explain what I mean.
Yeah.
You see, the party was birthed by the likes of Atiku, the likes of
the G34,
the likes of Alex Ekweme. Our first encounter after being a party in power was in 2017, in 2007, when there was a transition from the Obasanjo regime with the candidate Umaru Musa Yar'Adua being the candidate, and the party chairman being Senator Ahmadu Ali. Now let's move to the next transition phase.
What happened to Ahmadu Ali?
That's what I'm coming.
Because
Christian,
go on.
Now on the 8th of June, the year of our Lord 2007, he stepped down. And he stepped down to another northerner who had square for about 3 months before the election of Vincent Ogbuluafo. When Vincent Ogbuluafo was ousted as a result of some, that 5 million naira wahala, he was replaced by Okwesili Ezeumodo, who was also the sitting chairman of the party when in 2011 we went to election with Goodluck Jonathan, another southerner, as candidate. Now let's come to what I'm saying now. The party constitution, particularly the new constitution we have, is not the old one. The new constitution, which was fostered, ironically, this clause was fostered on the party. I read the communique from Nyesom Wike that once the party removes or anybody leaves an office prior to a convention, he must, it is a condition precedent, he must be replaced by someone who also comes from the same geopolitical zone. Now, to fast forward, in the 2018 convention of the APC, in the ousting of John Odige Oyegun, they also amended theirs to read just as was done by the Ekweremadu report of 2018, which prescribed this which is the lacuna we face. Now, in the case of the APC, there is a comrade Adams Oshomole. That was why when he was removed from office, instead of the vice chairman or the deputy chairman taking over, Mr. Giadom, who is the only assistant secretary of the party, though a lowly position, had to now step forward based on that very proviso. Now let's come to our own. You see, it is beholden on Dr. Iyorchia Ayu to resign the very moment the president is elected. That becomes a position known to law. Here. Yes. So what we are having now is actually a moral lacuna, not a constitutional one.
So how do you feel that moral lacuna is another question? But I mean, the fact that we're still discussing this wicked thing shows that it is a very, very important factor that Atiku, the PDP, cannot overlook, cannot wish away.
I agree with you.
Exactly. So, and I'm glad you do that. But let's even, move a step further very quickly.
Yes.
Kwankwaso of the NNPP, the presidential candidate of the NNPP, says that, look, Atiku cannot win. On the basis, as far as he's concerned, he says that the party cannot control Kano, Rivers, and Lagos. And that any party that does not have two of these three states should just kiss 2023 goodbye.
I actually keep wondering when Kwankwaso actually became a Nostradamus. You see, I think Kwankwaso is overrated by the hoopla of social media. I follow the math, the arithmetic. Okay, in the last 7 years or thereabouts, with the Kwankwansia movement, or the seeming upwardly upsurge of that movement, we have forgotten that somebody keeps beating Kwankwaso in Kano. Kwankwaso became governor twice in Kano, checkered by an 8-year hiatus. You get my point? Somebody beat him, and that man's name is Shekarao. He beat him twice, and then when he was running for Senate, the man came and beat him again. So Kwankwaso is not as infallible as we think.
Well, nobody is saying he's infallible.
No, wait, let me.
The point he has made.
Yes.
What is the PDP presence in Lagos, for example?
No, let's you see, right. I want to be elemental and ordinary, linear as possible. I don't want to follow the hype. I don't also want to follow the social media groove. It's a groove, like the new groove of our guy.
And you think it's not working?
No, I think, you see, for me, I keep saying I follow the math.
Right. What's the math?
The math is, in Lagos, in the last, all these 6 elections, never once did Lagos ever cross 18.5% of voter turnout. It's not because Lagosians don't register to vote. It's because Lagosians almost always either there is a voter apathy, or they are pushed not to vote, or like what happened in the last election, where it was obvious that the APC might be beaten in the state. Areas of mass market locations where there is anti-APC feelings, of course, elections did not hold. We saw it all over social media. What I think is this. In a 2-horse race, which all the previous 6 elections in Nigeria had been, maybe that arithmetic of if I not get Kano, if I not get Lagos, if I not get Rivers, will suffice. But today we have a 3.5-horse race. And the math is different.
Yeah, but in addition to that,
yes,
in the southeast,
yes,
there is a school of thought that says Peter Obi's emergence, a very strong emergence for that matter, is going to eat deeply into the PDP, vote haul.
Yes.
If I could put it that way.
And some are even saying that in the South too.
Yeah, and hand over on a platter of gold and a Tinubu win.
No. Anytime I hear that, I just laugh.
Okay.
Tinubu's win is the win that is not on the card. I'll prove it to you. You see, when we are doing all this, at times I don't want to seem to be lamenting the mental laziness of our Southern brothers. When I say mental laziness, for all of them, everybody in the North is a Hausa man. All of them. They have never bothered to separate the states, take them one after the other. That is my job. My job actually is presidential campaign consultant to Atiku. So I break down and I do all the state-by-state analysis. And what I see is what Nigerians have never seen before. Yes, in the southeast,
your political permutation.
In the southeast, yes, there's going to be a diametrically different kind of result, but not the one that the PDP will not get the statutory 25%. And for that, Tinubu is going to be zero. I don't want to use the word zero. That is the truth. Well, in the southwest, let's do it state by state. In the southwest, will we get the required 25% in the requisite state where we need to? In the 19 states of the north, you are looking at the crowds. Those crowds are not arranged crowds. There was a crowd that was played now with Atiku just walking to a wedding. Not this one, the one walking to a wedding. Those are organic.
It's all right, Don Pedro Obaseki, yes. Time will tell, and the time we don't have enough time.
I just want to say this. I want to throw a bet out. Yeah. On the 29th, on the 28th of February, that is the last day of the month, I guess. Is next year a leap year? No. On the 28th of February, I will throw a bet to Ngozi and to Christian. Christian is my big brother. We've been friends almost 40 years. Yeah. If we lose that day, each of una, I go pay una 1 million naira.
That's too small.
Okay.
No, I never enter government now.
That's all right.
No, I am telling you, I have so much faith.
That's all right. Don Pedro Obaseki, media consultant to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. Thanks so very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.